The Galactic Archives would one day record the Empire's great blunder, not in the number of ships it commanded, nor in the scale of its conquests, but in the arrogance that blinded it to the quiet danger of a single human. For centuries, the Empire had enslaved and subjugated countless worlds, stamping out defiance with fleets that blotted out suns. When their war machines finally reached Earth, the verdict among the Council of Overlords was unanimous. Humanity would be an easy conquest, just another weak, scattered species to add to their collection. The invasion began with fire raining down from orbit, scorching cities and vaporizing defenses. Earth's militaries fought bravely, but their weapons were centuries behind. The Empire laughed as they broadcast the surrender of nation after nation. Humans, they declared, were frail, slow, and ill-prepared for true war. They celebrated their new colony, confident that resistance was broken. But what the Empire failed to understand was humanity's talent for adaptation, and the willpower of those who refused to bow. In the ruins of Glasgow, under shattered concrete and ash, a man named Elias Kane refused to surrender. He wasn't a general, nor a politician, but a soldier of Earth's Special Reconnaissance Division. When his unit was annihilated during the first orbital strikes, Elias alone survived, crawling out of fire and rubble with broken ribs and nothing but a knife. For weeks he lived in shadows, watching the Empire's patrols, listening to their broadcasts, and learning their patterns. Where others saw unstoppable juggernauts of steel, Elias saw weaknesses. Fuel lines too exposed, optics vulnerable to disruption, arrogant soldiers who underestimated a lone figure darting through the smoke. The first strike came silently. A supply crawler exploded on a rain-soaked night, its wreckage illuminating the ruins. The Empire assumed it was sabotage from one of their subject races, but then another crawler was destroyed. Then a command relay, then a patrol squad whose bodies were left arranged in the dirt, a warning carved into their armor: Earth fights back. The legend of the Ghost of Earth was born. At first the Empire dismissed it as a nuisance, but the Ghost struck with increasing precision, hijacking dropships, detonating munitions depots, slaughtering officers in their sleep. Every attack was followed by silence, every silence by terror. Soon, whispers spread among the Empire's soldiers. One human was bringing down platoons, crippling supply chains, and destabilizing their hold on Earth. They laughed at humanity's weakness, but no one laughed when they were ordered to patrol the ruins of cities where the Ghost had struck. What made Elias Kane terrifying wasn't strength, but relentlessness. He had no fleet, no army, no advanced technology. He scavenged weapons from the dead, jury-rigged explosives from scraps, and turned the Empire's own machines against them. To the galaxy, he was one man. To the Empire, he became a nightmare as weeks turned into months. Elias transmitted stolen Imperial data across hidden channels. His message spread like wildfire to human survivors across the globe. We are not broken. We are not weak. One man can fight them. So can you. Guerrilla cells formed, inspired by his defiance, sabotaging the Empire on every continent. But while resistance grew, it was Elias who struck the hardest blows, infiltrating orbiting dreadnoughts and leaving them drifting in flames. The Council of Overlords convened in fury. Never in recorded history had a single primitive operative caused such disruption. Their orders were absolute: capture the Ghost alive, or raze entire cities until he was forced to reveal himself. They burned thousands, but Elias never came. Instead, he struck deeper, hitting their command ships, assassinating admirals, and even infiltrating their primary orbital station, where he carved words into the walls before vanishing into the void. Earth will never kneel, the galaxy watched. Billions who had once seen humans as weak now saw defiance in its purest form. Other enslaved races began to whisper, then rebel. If one human could bring the Empire to its knees, what could millions do? The Empire launched a final gambit, unleashing their elite shock troops, engineered predators who had never failed to crush resistance. They hunted Elias across the ruins of Paris, through tunnels flooded with fire and smoke. But when they cornered him, they found themselves in a killing field. Mines detonated beneath their feet, collapsing the ground. Snipers of Earth's resistance opened fire from shadows. And when the dust cleared, Elias Kane stood atop the wreckage, battered and bleeding, holding aloft the banner of Earth. In that moment, the Empire realized its arrogance had cost them everything. One man had shattered their illusion of invincibility, and with it, their empire's pride. What they mocked, they now feared. What they dismissed, they could not defeat. The rebellion spread to the stars. System after system rose in defiance, emboldened by the human who had proven that even the mightiest empire could bleed. Elias Kane never claimed to be a savior, but his legend outgrew him. To the galaxy, he was no longer just a soldier. He was a symbol, a reminder that weakness is only a mask, and that the will of one can ignite the fury of millions. And when the final Imperial fortress fell, the galaxy didn't cheer for fleets or armies. They whispered the same name that had haunted the Empire for years: the Ghost of Earth.